Hello my dear friends, my name is George, the nice smelling gentleman. A couple of weeks ago I picked up a few new Lattafa fragrances, and one of those was the Lattafa Ramz Silver. I'll link the unboxing video down in the description of this video. And so for the past 2 weeks I've been using this fragrance on and off, and today I'm gonna tell you about my experience of using this fragrance, and I'm gonna compare it to its main enemy, the Afnan's 9PM. So let's start. Now guys, I want to hear from you down in the comment section below. Have you used any of those two fragrances? What are your thoughts about them? Please share your experience down in the comment section. A quick look at the presentation. The fragrance comes in this dark brown colored box with silver elements on it, and the bottle looks like this. Now this fragrance shares the same bottle design as another Lattafa fragrance, which is called the Ramz Gold. This is the Ramz Silver. They have nothing in common apart from the bottle design. Now let's talk about what really matters, and that's the actual scent and the way this performs. Now when you spray this, the first time you spray this, even if you don't know what this is supposed to be, you'll immediately pick up the resemblance with Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. And actually this is a clone of Ultra Male, and especially in the opening this is a very close clone to Ultra Male. I would say about 95-96% close, especially if you sniff it around you. Now if you put your nose next to your skin, the place where you've sprayed this, you will be able to pick up the slight differences between this and Ultra Male. You will definitely pick up that this thing is not as high quality as Ultra Male, but in the air around you this is almost identical to Ultra Male, and that's thanks to the fact that Lattafa have used the same pear and vanilla notes as Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. Now when this thing starts to dry down, it starts to slightly differ from Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. This thing starts to become still, it still stays sweet fragrance, sweet type of fragrance, but on the dry down there's a sort of an oudi, like a cedar wood note that starts to come up and makes itself present, and that stays throughout the rest of the life of the fragrance. So on the dry down, the Lattafa Ramz Silver is a slightly more oudier version of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. I would call it like a more mature version of Jean-Paul Gaultier, Ultra Male for the guys that are 30 years and older. Now, if you have to compare the Lattafa Ramz Silver to its main enemy, the 9PM from the house of Afnan, I would say that that in the opening, the Ramz Silver is a closer fragrance to Ultra Male, and that's because of the fact that 9PM it replaces that pear note in the opening with an apple note. Everything else is pretty much the same, but that makes a little bit of a difference. Also, the opening of 9PM is somewhat slightly fresher and somewhat more sparkly compared to the Ramz Silver. Now on the dry down, things change a little bit, because as I said, the Ramz Silver takes a bit of a woody turn, whereas the 9PM is actually almost identical to the Ultra Male dry down. When we talk about the performance, 9PM outperforms the Ramz Silver by a little bit, at least so far. And when we talk about the actual price, this thing costs like $15, which is less than half of what 9PM costs, which is already almost like 3 times cheaper than Ultra Male. If I have to choose one of those two fragrances, when wanting to get a Ultra Male clone, I would still get the 9PM from Afnan, because it's slightly more longer lasting. It has better projection, slightly better performance. It's also definitely a higher quality fragrance. But then again, if you're looking for a cheap clone of Ultra Male, you can definitely take a look at Ramz Silver, because this thing, as I said, costs $15, and especially in the opening it's very close to Ultra Male. Now just to finish things off, I'll tell you one thing I've been experimenting with, and that's layering those two fragrances. What I what I tried to do a few times is spray first 9PM, like use it as a base, and then spray the Lattafa Ramz Silver on top of it. My idea was that I want to combine the closeness on the dry down of 9PM to Ultra Male, and then the closeness of Ramz Silver to Ultra Male in the opening. And in my honest opinion, my humble opinion, I think combining those two fragrances in that way, you actually get an even better clone of Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. Now, I'm not telling you go and buy those two fragrances just to layer them up. I'm just sharing my experiences. And so guys, this was my video today where I took a look at the Lattafa Ramz Silver. I compared it to Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male, which this is a clone of. I also compared it to its arch nemesis, the 9PM from Afnan. I hope that you found this video helpful and entertaining. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, stay safe, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye.